coach high school girls basketball, JV and varsity. Then I also coach. Mine's is just work hard and have a good attitude. I feel like if you work hard in school and have a good attitude, it definitely helps with grades. I was a student athlete, so that worked for me. And you have to do that for basketball too. If you work hard and you have a good attitude, it affects your game.
How do you deal with players and parents about discipline issues, either major?
Can you repeat the question? Depending on what it is, if it's something at home, I usually try not to interfere unless the parent tells me to. If the parent wants me to interfere, we may have them sit out like a quarter or a half or even a whole game. That's pretty much it. They might run, but it just depends on what the parent wants. I try to be as honest as possible. So if your child shows up to practice every day but has an attitude and doesn't listen or is not working hard, they obviously, in my opinion, don't deserve the playing time. Just because they show up doesn't mean that you deserve playing time. You have to work hard, have a good attitude with your teammates, coaches, everything. That affects playing time. I think student definitely comes first before student athlete. So with that, you need to have grades. Just because you play sports doesn't mean you're going to make it far. Grades come first. When I grew up, I know it's a lot different now. You earned everything you got. So if you had a bad attitude, or if you talked back, or even rolled your eyes, or smacked your lips, you were in trouble. You don't do that. You have to be respectful of your coaches, your elders, your parents, and even your teammates. How do I plan on it? I ask a lot of other coaches what they do. I watch videos. I'm trying to always make myself better. I watch a lot of videos on Instagram. Those help. Ask questions whenever you can.
What coaches, teachers, or other people have you been a great influence in your life, and why or how?
My college coach, Coach Kevin Pham, is probably one of my favorite coaches of all time. He told me to be a student of the game, which means always learn. Don't ever be satisfied with what you know. Always try to gain more knowledge, because it makes you a better player, better coach, just a better overall person. My dad, just because he's my dad, so I have to be nice and mention him. And Pat Summitt, she used to coach at the University of Tennessee. She passed away. She was my idol growing up. I think everything she does is perfect. Rest in peace.
Okay, what books or movies are your favorite, and why?
Oh no. Okay, so we got Star Wars, all of them. We got the Marvel movies, all of them. Basketball movies, I have, let's see, Space Jam, White Man Can't Jump, Hoosiers, and then another sport we go into is Remember the Titans. That is my favorite movie, and any movie Will Ferrell's in. I love him. For me, I mean, it's a sad event, but it motivated me to kind of do better in my life. My friend passed away a couple years ago. It was really unexpected, and he was like the happiest person I know. I'm close to his family, and I still am very close to him. And whenever I think about giving up, or if I have a bad day, I kind of think about him, and it just motivates me to be just a better person overall. I think he makes me a happier person too, even though he's not here anymore. Oh shoot, I don't even know. Their favorite coach, that's it. Number one is God. I'm not super religious, but I'm to the point where I pray pretty often. Second is family, and to me that includes my close friends, just because they earned that right. Sometimes your friends are your family. Third, basketball. I grew up pretty much in a gym. It's honestly like my favorite thing in the world besides the first two. Fourth is food. I like to eat. The girls know this, that I coach, because I come into practice eating a few times. And fifth is coffee. And they know that too. Basketball IQ. I don't care if you suck at basketball. You could be the worst player. You could be, out of 12 players, the 12th player on the team. But if you know the game, lot because there's a lot of people now that don't know the game and they think they can coach. Patience, I don't really have it, but hopefully my assistant or whatever would have it, so that way they can tell me to calm down and be patient. That's pretty much it. Strengths, I would say, is I'm really into fundamentals, so I always like to teach whoever I'm coaching, boys or girls, I don't care what age, fundamentals, that's the foundation of everything. Trying to instill confidence, because we have a lot of girls sometimes that don't have confidence, and it kind of irritates me because I have confidence in them, and I wish they would have confidence in themselves. And my weakness is, I would say, definitely patience. Like I said, I'm used to when I was playing and people got it like right at that moment, and I have to understand not everyone's like that. And then also my temper, but I don't get mad at the girls, I get mad at the refs. So if they're not happy about the coaching or the program, the way I feel about it is if they don't talk to the coaches first about how they feel and they're just kind of talking about the program in a negative way, and then they can leave. Everyone has a right to make their own decision. If you're not happy, you can leave. But if you chose to stay and you're being negative, it definitely would get back to the coach, and it's not gonna be good. I think it's been one of the best things that I've ever decided to do. I always, like I mentioned the coaches before, how much they impacted my life, just not in basketball, but like in everything. And I hope to have that impact with other people, even if I don't. Like, I always tell the girls this, and I hope they understand it, but I could be having the worst day ever, but I come here and it kind of cheers me up. So I guess I kind of love the people I coach a little bit. My role models in coaching, I think I mentioned them. My college coach, Kevin Pham, he coaches currently at UC Merced, I think, and he like turned the program around. He's a basketball like genius guru. My dad, because he taught me everything else that I know. Who else did I meet? Pat Summit. And then also, I forgot to mention this, my JV coach in high school, Coach Janelle. I can't pronounce her last name. It's like kind of Masu. Just because one of the things that she instilled in me is to always have fun while I play. So whether we win or lose, as long as I worked hard and I had fun, that's what matters. So, I think my best memory was the first JV game last year, because the girls were telling me how bad the previous season was and all this other stuff, and then we had won, and the girls were just so excited. And the best part about it was they weren't just excited individually, they were excited as a team. We were high-fiving each other, cheering each other on. So that's one of my best moments. One of the worst, I think, when I was coaching the boys, we just had a kid with a terrible, terrible, terrible attitude. And seeing him actually yell at his teammate was pretty much one of the worst moments as a coach, because I felt like I had messed up letting him stay on the team. You should never have that negative energy on that team. We did let him go, so that made me feel better, but I just felt like I had let my other kids down. Yes, for basically my life. I think I said this like 1,000 times in this video. Good attitude, and they have to work hard, and confidence. As a team, I would really like for them to kind of like have a sisterhood, or sisterhood, because you get irritated with your sister sometimes. I mean, some of the varsity girls have seen my friends have come back and played with us against them. These are people that I've known pretty much for more than half my life through basketball, and they are now family. So I don't care if you guys lose every game. If you guys end up being best friends after this, like, that means the world to me. Personally, I would say someone's a strong player is if they have good leadership skills. So one would be they're vocal. I don't mean yelling the whole time, but they would just know how to talk to each teammate. So if you know you have a teammate that doesn't like to be yelled at, you would kind of talk to them in a lower tone, as opposed to you have another teammate who only plays well when they get yelled at, then you would be able to yell at them. So communication is very important in leadership, and then also having a good attitude. We've had some people where they want to be leaders and then they have the worst attitude. You can be a captain and lose a captainship that way. It's happened. But leadership is everything.